Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. And today's video we're going to go into chapter 24 of 113 Minutes by James Patterson and Max Delalo. Excuse me, so let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. 50 seconds. Mason was dying for a frosty glass of ice sweet tea with lemon, that is. His constant craving for cold sugary drinks may be his one and only vice. He's typically a man of conviction, passion, and incredible self-discipline, yet when it is a sizzling hot day in Texas, his mind is like an addict's. All he can think about is mainlining some sweet tea and lemon. So after he dismissed the briefing, Mason did just that, to slack the thirst, but also to steal a few moments to gather his thoughts. After the most painstaking preparation he's ever put into a case, he knows an extremely dangerous raid is just hours away. A few blocks away from the VFW sits the scurry skillet, a cramped little greasy spoon that looks like it hasn't been renovated since the Eisenhower administration. Mason ducked inside and took a seat at a window booth. A stout, sassy 60-something waitress named Dina took his order and then raised her eyebrow. A whole pitcher? Yes, please. Extra ice, extra sugar, extra lemon. And then, Mason added with a smile, in about 20 minutes, directions to the men's room. Once his thirst had been quenched, his sugar cravings sated, and his waitress generously tipped, Mason stepped back outside of Hobart's quaint little main street, intending to hoof it back to the VW command center. Agent Taylor and his team should have a preliminary assault plan sketched out by now. A second FBI drone flyover of the farm should have been completed, which will provide more detailed and recent photographs. Word has even come in that a pair of agents on the next county over is following up on a promising new sighting of the stringy white-haired man caught on camera purchasing those Halloween masks. But there have been so many false leads on that mystery suspect over the past few weeks, Mason isn't getting his hopes up. Mason barely makes it halfway down the block when, this damn summer heat, he thinks, he starts sweating again and experiencing a familiar beverage craving. But there's no time, not now. Mason has to get back. Without slowing his pace, Mason removes his mahogany-colored felt cowboy hat, then starts to dab his moist brow with his handkerchief, the old lacy threadbare, feminine, and one embroidered with his initials, a meaningful gift from the love of his life that he always keeps tucked in his breast pocket right near his heart. The agent is about to round a corner when he hears a voice behind him. Mason? How the heck are you? He turns around to see a jolly woman at his age smiling big. She's wearing a floppy sun hat and oversized sunglasses and has two small children in tow. I'm well, thank you. How about yourself? Mason smiles back, but a little uncomfortably. This woman is familiar, her voice, her look, but he can't quite place her. Maybe the sweat dripping into his eyes makes it hard to see. Maybe it's her disguise of sunglasses and hat. Great, Mason thinks. A Fed who can't recognize a face. What brings you back to Hobart so soon? She asks. Mason offers a simple shrug and a deliberately vague answer. An FBI agent's work is never done. As the woman chuckles, Mason tries to do some quick mental detective work to piece together who she is. She called him Mason, not Agent Randolph, so it's unlikely she's one of the dozens of local witnesses he has interviewed in the recent weeks, but she had asked what he was doing back in Hobart. I suppose the town's your new home now? And suddenly it hits him. Mason knows exactly who this woman is. Yes, I suppose it is, Kathleen, and I couldn't be happier about it. One of the woman's children pulls out on her sleeve, mumbling indecisively. Just a moment, Luke. I'm speaking with Aunt Molly's new husband. Aunt isn't quite accurate. Kathleen Rourke is technically Molly's second cousin, who Mason had only met once before and who could stay only for the ceremony. And yes, Molly Rourke is Mason Randolph's new wife. She looks so beautiful up there, my gosh, so radiant. You both did, especially after all y'all have been through. Then Kathleen gestures to her adorable but nagging children. I'm so sorry. I had to duck out before the reception, couldn't find a sitter, and these two were itching to get home. That's quite all right, Mason replies, musing the younger one's hair. It meant a lot to us that you were there. It really was full family affair, just like Molly said. Kathleen gives Mason a quick hug goodbye, then sets off with her brood down the street, which is when Mason realizes he's still holding his cowboy hat in one hand, and in the other that ratty woman's handkerchief embroidered with the initials MER for Mason Edgar Randolph. He shares the monogram with his blushing bride, Molly Elizabeth Rourke. In fact, the handkerchief was originally hers, sewn by her grandmother when she was just a girl. Of course, Mason didn't know this when after After dating her for just a few weeks, he discovered the lacy piece of cloth tucked in a dresser drawer. He had a minor panic attack, worried his very new girlfriend might be just a little too clingy. Had she already started making him personalized accessories? When they realized the coincidence, they couldn't believe it. It was just the first sign of many that these two were meant to be together. With their 6-month anniversary coming round, since Molly was hurting for cash badly, there was even talk of the bank taking back their family farm. Mason insisted they not buy gifts for each other of any sort. Molly followed the letter of the command but ignored the spirit completely. She gave her boyfriend that personalized handkerchief they laughed about months earlier, wrapped in newspaper and tied up with string. Mason has kept it inches from his heart ever since, a reminder of their bond and love. Even now, wearing the wedding band, he's still getting used to it. A tradition he plans to continue as long as the piece of fabric holds up. Mason blots his forehead with it, then tucks it away. He dons his cowboy hat, he spins and marches back toward the VFW command center. His new, beautiful, wonderful wife is waiting for him just a few miles away, but first, he's got to get some bad guys and not get killed in the process. So, if you didn't quite catch that, the FBI agent that is looking for the bank robbers is married to one of the bank robbers now. Anyways, that's the end of this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.